my biggest thing is now we have more data. We have more data that we can actually talk to BPA, Bempedoic Acid, about. And it helps us fight this whole Dr. Oz effect. And you can see all my comments about Dr. Oz and anti-statin therapy. I stopped my search after a little while. The biggest thing, too, was the company survived. This was Nick Saban throwing for the end zone, right? This would have been the end of the company had this trial not worked. And it really is another good arsenal for us to use. I'm still very much pro-statin. It reconfirmed the side effects that we already had talked about. I'm not going to go through them again. But with longer data, we saw the same side effects. So no harm, which I thought was very important. And we talked a little bit about the primary prevention. Maybe I'm not as big a gangbuster on the primary prevention data yet, because what I summed up is we don't know what we don't know. So, some of these side effects, if you give people gout over time, we may see some of the same noncompliance. Minute number 2, I hit on the inflammatory piece. Let me show you this is actually a very interesting publication that came out of with the CRP data. And it really showed that in statin intolerant patients, that whether they're truly different humans than the rest of us, that as CRP went down, I don't know if the pointer works, but the top, it doesn't. By quartile of CRP and by quartile of LDL, the greatest bang for the buck came in those with a high CRP, with the high CRPs, right? And as CRP went down, so did cardiovascular events. So I think that's really important. And so I think that could affect how we think about this drug going forward. In terms of, here's one of the biggest pushbacks, I think, in terms of statins is this whole diabetes question, right? And it gets all the press. David Canzarios talks about impact factor. Well, the highest impact factor may be the New York Times. And even they publish, statins could cause diabetes. And let's talk about the risk. And there's books on it and pushback on it. And really this got advertised as, this is the drug to replace statins. I mean, some of the lay press really went there. And the truth is, that's not true. It does not, there was no association of increased risk of diabetes in pre-diabetics and diabetics, not normal glycemic patients. And we would expect that. And we also understand the importance of HMG-CoA reductase in the pancreas now that we did not understand, maybe earlier. So anyway, so I think that is an important take home. So in probably 1 minute and 30 seconds with his stopwatch, I think it does have a lot of promise. I think the anti-inflammatory piece is, to me, one of the most interesting comments. And it doesn't cause diabetes. So you can put that to rest, and I'll stop with that.